TIL, a German company, developed a pane glass for windows that replicates the way birds see spiders' webs so they will avoid flying into them, thus greatly reducing the high avian death rate caused by collision with building windows. My old house had large sliding glass doors. There was a cardinal that would fly into it daily. It'd slam into the glass, then twitch on the ground for a few minutes. I think it was its way of getting high. Think about this from the bird's perspective, though. One day you wake up and a couple buildings are covered in gargantuan spider webs. You stay well away from those hell pits. A couple weeks later, there are more. The next month a couple skyscrapers are covered in some serious shalab, https://en. Wikipedia.org/wiki/shalab, shit. The ones that don't die of heart attacks go back to their nests and never leave. I work in the glass industry. Pretty much every single glass manufacturer has a version of this. New York City has instituted that all buildings over 40 tall must have bird-safe glass, so this is becoming industry standard. From an aesthetic point of view, I visited two bird-safe manufacturers in England and Germany a couple months ago. They still aren't that high quality aesthetically in my opinion. I also worry about bird frit causing disorientation from people looking out from the interior. Plot twist, enormous spiders now see the buildings as giant temples to gods. It has caused a worldwide pilgrimage, and now they've taken over Germany and established an arachno state. Oh yay, finally an excuse to share the funniest story from when I worked at Blockbuster. So it was the day after we put up the new window movie poster sticker things and we are standing around at the front of the store when suddenly wham! A large seabird slams into the window, bounces off, and flies away. The weird part was he slammed right into where one of the posters were, so it couldn't have been him not seeing the window. We went outside and the poster he slammed into was for Finding Nemo. Saw this at my office the other day. Near perfect imprint. Had some feather on it too. Poor thing. https://i. Imager.com/dgc Jane S. JPG. I can see it now. Property owner, I need 1,000 panes of glass for my tower. Contractor, we can get glass that birds don't fly into. Oh, how convenient. I'll get. See, they cost 10x as much. See. Birds should figure it out. I'm a little disturbed that they tested it by rounding up a bunch of wild birds and then forcing them to fly towards one of two glass panels in a testing tunnel. Did the birds actually then hit the glass, or were there measures in place to keep them from flying into them? Really cool design though, and I hope it works well. Biomimicry is my shit. And that was the day birds burnt down all of our skyscrapers. Can't say I'd blame them. All then spiders needed to go anyways. I work for a glazing company in Oregon, USA. We have used this glass in 2 projects. On the first project, there were birds hitting the windows almost every day. It was incredibly expensive to buy and ship the glass over here, about $60,000 for all the windows in the house, and the customer ended up returning it all after about 40 birds had died flying into the glass. I live in a remote community in a rainforest and we just hang a single CD in front of a window and it keeps them away. Love his name. Arnold Glass. Laughing. Guess you just read the post about Trump ranting about windmills killing birds again and someone chiming in his high-rise buildings kill a hell of a lot more, tongue sticking. I love it when a random comment in a different Reddit thread becomes self-aware and finds itself alive in TIL. That's fantastic. Now let's castrate all cats so we can really save songbirds. Okay, how did no one mention yet how they tested this? According to the article, birds were placed in a flight tunnel with some regular glass and this new glass and they flew into the regular glass more. So, now birds will see nothing but towering structures of spider webs. R/Germans being brothers. Dieser ist für Deutschland, J.A. One day at work last year we opened the windows because it was hot and the AC wasn't working. We didn't think much being in the ground level. A few minutes later a bird flies in and we decide to open the door a bit so it can escape. When another co-worker asks about the window, we tell them about a bird that flew, and right then the bird crashes into a window. It twitched around for a few minutes and we take it to a box. After 3 minutes it stopped moving. 2 of my co-workers have been ardently afraid to ever open windows again after that. Could have used this window then. Biomimicry at its finest. So they won't go near spider webs, but jet engines are perfectly fine. I was opening at Blockbuster one morning and found that a pigeon had got in through an upstairs office window overnight. Colleague and I spent half an hour trying to catch it in a box before it decided it had enough and made a break for it. It flew toward the daylight at the front of the store at full pelt, hit the window so hard that it left a Turin shroud-style mark on the glass and died instantly. This was before camera phones, so didn't have a way of documenting just how detailed the outline it left on the window was. You could make out every detail of its head and shoulders. Experts warned that the Minnesota Vikings glass-enclosed new football stadium would be a death trap for birds, and they were right. https://www.bearnews.org/story/2019/11/07/study us bank stadium collisions kill over 100 birds annually. We were so close to natural selection keeping only the strongest alive. Fucking Germans fucked everything up again. I want to attack birds. I on the other hand do my part by keeping my windows dirty. Figure out a way to put this on airplane engines. Great invention. Anything to reduce animal deaths is a good thing. Was tested on 19 species of garden birds in a flight tunnel at the Radolf Zell Bird Sanctuary. Wild birds were captured and released into the flight tunnel, where they could choose to fly towards a sheet of plain glass or a sheet of Ornolux glass. Of the 108 test flights, 82 of the birds flew towards the plain glass and avoided the Ornolux. Okay, well, that sounds fine. I haven't ever thought of what birds do to avoid spider webs before. Neat. At least it won't cause any more pain. Birds are scared of spider webs. Birds are smart. https://en. Wikipedia, org/wiki/bird_intelligence, and over time, avoid flying into windows. Is it that big of a problem that people would go spend money to replace their current windows with brand new ones? So a highly developed civilization creates something that will prevent a less developed species from exploring potentially dangerous surroundings and harming themselves in the process. Sci-fi plot, anyone? Germany seems to be covered in windows with bird stickers on them, but I've never seen them anywhere else. Does Germany have a kamikaze bird situation going on? If Trump gave a fuck about birds, he's install these in the buildings he licenses his name to instead of crying about goddamn wind farms. That's why birds never crash into my smartphone. The web-looking thingy it got when it fell prevents them. Sweet Jesus, I need this for my house. Every fucking spring. We have a cardinal that rams into our windows. It works, but what if the pilot is blind? They should design one for planes too. My office building badly needs this. At least once a week I nearly have a heart attack when a bird, sometimes as large as a hawk, loudly bounces off my window. I used to work for Intuit. One good thing they did. They built a building in the Bay Area, 4 stories all glass right on the bay. They contacted the National Audubon Society and they said to put lines on the glass. So there's these little dark horizontal stripes on all the glass and no bird strikes to speak of, so they're just a web development company, with complete transparency. I need this. I've had 3 bird run into my front window within the last week and a half. I see op visited the Trump blaming windmills for bird death article as well. Vote. That's great, but nobody is going to pay for it.